Ladies and gentlemen, please stand to welcome the arrival of our guest of honor, the Minister of Transport Malaysia, Yang Berhormat Tuan Loke Siew Fook. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the national anthem of Malaysia, the Negara Ku. Ladies and gentlemen, you may now take your seats. And before we commence with today's event, we'd like to invite you to please draw your attention towards the screens to observe a safety video for this premise.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MAB Engineering Services. For your benefit, please pay attention to this safety video. You are now in Hangar 6. In the event of an emergency or if the fire alarm goes off, please do not panic. Evacuate the building in an orderly manner. The hangar is an open area. For evacuation, please ensure you follow the safe route during any event. Please walk carefully down the stairs and hold the handrail. Assist expectant mothers and the physically challenged by helping guide them to the assembly area. The assembly area is situated at the tarmac in between Hangar 5 and Hangar 6. Once gathered, a head count will be conducted by our floor representatives. Fire extinguishers are available in this building, in front of every production line and along the corridor. Use them to extinguish small fires. To engage the fire extinguisher, pull out the pin, aim at the base of the fire, squeeze the handle to release the extinguishing agent, and sweep from side to side, or in short PASS, or pass. There is also an automated external defibrillator located at the Hangar 6 walkway from the Hangar 6 cafe entrance, near the thumbprint area at the ground floor. First aid kits are located in respective offices. This is a strictly non-smoking building, including the areas surrounding the building, except for the designated smoking area situated in the front of the building. We highly encourage open reporting of any hazards and safety concerns. Please submit your report to safety.malaysiaairlines.com or do contact our person in charge for assistance. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your kind attention. Now please sit back, relax, and enjoy the program.
A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. and a very, very warm welcome to the official launch of Malaysia Aviation Group's first A330neo here in Malaysia. And we're absolutely delighted to host you here at the MAB Engineering Complex, the very heart of Malaysia Airlines Berhad's maintenance, repair, and overhaul operations, including MRO business of MAG. My name is Gabriella, and I'm absolutely delighted to keep you company as your MC for today's occasion. And as we begin, I would also like to take this moment to extend a very warm welcome and acknowledge our esteemed guests. Our guest of honor, Yang Berhormat Tuan Loke Siew Fook, Minister of Transport Malaysia. Yang Berbahagia Dato' Jana Santiran, Director General Minister of Transport Malaysia. Yang Berbahagia Dato' Amirul Faizal Wan Zahir, Managing Director Khazanah Nasional Berhad. Yang Berbahagia Datuk Captain Izham Ismail, Group Managing Director Malaysia Aviation Group. Mr. Anand Stanley, President Airbus Asia Pacific. Mr. John Kelly, Senior Vice President of Asia Pacific Rolls-Royce. Mr. Paul Gainey, President and Chief Commercial Officer of Avolon. And of course, to all of our distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome once again. Today marks a pivotal moment as we come together to celebrate the official launch of Malaysia Aviation Group's first A330neo aircraft. This is a milestone that reflects our commitment to innovation and excellence in aviation. And on behalf of MAG, we'd also like to take this moment to thank each and every one of you for taking the time out of your schedules and joining us here today. And so on that note, ladies and gentlemen, now to take the stage to share with us his insights as well as his welcoming words, please join me now to welcome none other than the visionary leader, the Group Managing Director of MAG, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Captain Izham Ismail, to share his welcoming notes.
Thank you, Gabriel. Yang Berhormat Tuan Loke Siew Fook, Minister of Transport Malaysia. Yang Berbahagia Datuk Jana Santiran, Secretary General Minister of Transport Malaysia. Yang Berbahagia Datuk Amirul Faizal Wan Zahir, Managing Director Khazanah Nasional Berhad. Mr. Anand Stanley, President Airbus Asia Pacific. John Kelly, Senior Vice President, Customer Rolls-Royce Asia Pacific. Paul Gainey, President and Chief Commercial Officer, Avolon. Members of the board, Malaysia Aviation Group. Distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum and very good morning. First and foremost, I would like to express my sincere gratitude for all of you for being here today, especially for those who have traveled from afar to celebrate this exciting milestone with Malaysia Aviation Group. And a very special thank you to YB Loke for taking the time to join us and officiate the momentous occasion with the launch of our first A330neo. Ladies and gentlemen, this moment has long been anticipated, and the significance of today's launch cannot be overstated. To understand its impact, we must reflect on the strategic decision that brought us here. It has been 5 years since the group, the shareholder, the board and management has coined and realized that the Malaysia Aviation Group have underinvested itself for the last 2 decades. We started planning to retrofit, to change our fleet as early as 2019. However, because of COVID, everything stopped for a while. And today, we have the A330 behind us, a symbol of a new beginning for Malaysia Aviation Group. In 1995, Malaysia Airlines welcomed its first A330 aircraft into service, replacing the aging fleet then, the A300B4 and the DC-10-30 models. This marked a turning point in our operations, allowing us to modernize our fleet and significantly enhance our efficiency. I was personally involved then in 1995 as I was a project manager and eventually the fleet manager for the A330 way back in 1995. It's been two and a half decades ago. Since then, the A330 family has been an integral part of our fleet strategy, providing the capacity and flexibility needed to grow our network and expand our global presence. Today, we operate a fleet of 24 A330s, soon to be 25 with the addition of the A330neo, which will commence its service later this evening to Melbourne. This aircraft, including A330-200, A330-300 models, support a very wide range of our operations and network, from Malaysia Airlines passenger services to our pilgrimage flights operated by Amal. Additionally, our mass cargo fleet of A330-200 freighter aircraft, bolstering our growing cargo capabilities, connecting Malaysia to key markets worldwide. The A330ceo has been a reliable workhorse since 2011, but to stay ahead of the curve, we are cognizant we have to invest in newer models, and we must continue to innovate for the sustainable growth of this airline. The new A330neo, with its state-of-the-art features, will set a new benchmark for the future of air travel with Malaysia Airlines. Our A330neo has already set new industry standards, winning awards even before it goes to service. This was the testament received award in Hamburg in May, Cabin Concept of 2024 at AIX Aircraft Interior Expo in Hamburg recently. And this is a direct result of the hard work, dedication, and commitment of our team, who have worked relentlessly to deliver a product that not only exceeds expectation but stays true to the essence of our Malaysian hospitality. I am truly excited for all of you to experience the cabin experience later today. Today's milestone reflects MAG's ongoing commitment through transformation and sustainable growth, achieved through innovation, operational resilience, and strategic investment in our fleet. Ladies and gentlemen, it is important for us to acknowledge that even as we've made significant strides, we have faced challenges along the way. Despite this, our focus has never wavered. Following a period of regaining momentum and stability, we've remained steadfast in our commitment to our goals. These obstacles have only strengthened our resolve and hunger to strive for even greater success. As most of you are aware, Q4 2024, Malaysia Aviation Group had to make a very hard decision of removing our capacity in the marketplace. But it is bearing fruit today. Recently, the improvement in our on-time performance was recognized as we rank among top 5 airlines in Asia Pacific, and proudly standing as the sole Malaysian operator to achieve this distinction in Serum's on-time performance report for October 2024. Thank you and well done to the MAG team. The trust our customers continue to place in our brand is reflected in the global recognition we have received, including our ranking moving up to 39 in Skytrack from 47, recognition of having one of the top 10 cabin crew in the world, and being one of only 50 airlines worldwide to achieve Apex 4-star 2025 status. Well done. These achievements are a testament to the progress we've made as a group. And we extend our heartfelt gratitude to all of you, our passengers, our partners, and employees for our continued support. Ladies and gentlemen, since its inception, Malaysia Airlines has carried not just passengers, but also the hopes and dreams of Malaysians, connecting our people to the world and bringing the world closer to Malaysia. On your right-hand side, we covered the aeroplane because that is a logo and of Visit Malaysia Year 2026. We will unveil it next year in January. So stay tuned for that launch. Looking ahead, our vision is clear and our determination unwavering. Today's event is a reflection of that vision and ambition, showcasing the hard work and perseverance that will continue to drive us forward. Resilience has been at the heart of MAG, and it will continue to guide us as we move forward. Ladies and gentlemen, as the ambassador on wings, aptly coined by my previous chairman, Tan Sri Matno, ambassador on wings, remember that Izham. We are dedicated to strengthening our position as a premium carrier in the Asia-Pacific region, while ensuring Malaysia Aviation Group remains financially sustainable and continue to contribute significantly to Malaysia's economic growth. So the group is pivoted on two principles. Number one, nation building, to ensure that Malaysia Aviation Group drive an economic multiplier to the country. Number two, to be able to remain sustainably commercially. That is our two simple guiding principle in this organization. So ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Malaysia Aviation Group, I would like to once again express my sincere gratitude to YB Loke, to all of you present today for your unwavering support and continued trust in our organization and brand over the years. And ladies and gentlemen, I do see few of the RMAF pilots who are here. I would like to extend my heartfelt appreciation for escorting our A330neo into Kuala Lumpur last few weeks on the Sukhoi. Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, you will see on the left, a fleet of Mercedes will be shuttling you from main terminal building to the satellite building. Thank you to the Mercedes team. Effective 1st January 2025. For that, thank you, and I hope to see you on board soon. Thank you.
Malaysian 5029er leaving Toulouse, over to border control. Merci beaucoup.
From the moment we took to the skies, we've dreamt big. Breaking boundaries and borders. Carrying the pride of the nation on our wings. This is a new chapter, forged with trust and dedication. Guided by the essence of Malaysian hospitality. This is a turning point in our journey. The all-new Malaysia Airlines A330neo. This is the flight of our dreams.
Malaysian 5029er, clear to land runway 32 left. Welcome home.
And a big hand, ladies and gentlemen, for Malaysia Aviation Group. And of course, thank you as well to Datuk Captain Izham for sharing his wondrous warm welcome with all of us here today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the arrival of MAG's A330neo wouldn't be possible without the extraordinary collaboration of our partners, whom are here with us here today. So we will now be having a short discussion with our partners, because without them today, this launch wouldn't be possible. So ladies and gentlemen, please join me. I would now like to welcome to the stage Mr. Arnett Stanley, President Airbus Asia Pacific, Mr. John Kelly, Senior Vice President for Asia Pacific Rolls-Royce, and Mr. Paul Gainey, President and Chief Commercial Officer of Avolon. Let's give them a hand, ladies and gentlemen, as they join us here on stage for our discussion. Well, gentlemen, hello and a very good morning. I hope you've had a fantastic start to your day, and thank you so very much for joining us here for the launch. We will dive right in with the questions, and we shall begin with Anand Stanley. So first and foremost, can you share with us how the A330neo has met the evolving demands of airlines in terms of efficiency and passenger experience?
Thank you very much. First, let me congratulate everyone here, especially I want to recognize the Honorable Minister and recognize the vision of Captain Datuk Izham, who has really designed this aircraft to what it is today. When you talk about what's special about this aircraft, very simply, it's a next generation aircraft. Anything you see, anything you touch about it, is next generation. When you will walk into it, you look at the cabin, that's why it won the award this year at Hamburg. When you looked at the video, you look at the wings, there's no wings like that on the planet today. Those are the most modern, next generation wings. You look at every other part of it when you walk into and you look at it in terms of innovation, in terms of technology, in terms of sustainability, in terms of how it will meet requirements for network connecting Malaysia to the rest of the world. It shows innovation. And I cannot tell you how proud I am that Malaysia Airlines will make this a part of their dream and vision to really accomplish connecting Malaysia to the world and to the next generation of climbing up from, you look at the top 10, top 50 ranks, you'll see how it's going to change. So thank you again.
Thank you. I'm sure we're all looking forward to the next generation experience on board. And my next question now, as many corporations and organizations are accelerating towards carbon neutrality, how does the A330neo contribute to sustainability and support the aviation industry's net zero goals?
The biggest chunk of sustainability improvements will come from the next generation aircraft like this. This aircraft is up to 25% lower carbon emissions than the previous generation, and I don't want to steal the thunder of my colleague here who's helped a lot, but it's also about the materials and everything else that's in it. But when you look at the per seat carbon emissions among wide bodies in the world, this aircraft will be the lowest compared to any aircraft made by Airbus or its competitors. And the third thing is, this aircraft takes 50% SAF, sustainable aviation fuel, today, and it will be certified by 2030 to take 100%. So I'll end on those 3 points. It gives a very bright and green future.
Thank you very much, Anand. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we shall proceed to get some insights from John Kelly of Rolls-Royce. Now, John, we have the Trent 7000 engine, which is sitting right there, looking absolutely magnificent and fantastic. Can you tell us what some of the improvements are, or some of the improvements that Rolls-Royce has made, and how does it compare to the previous generation?
Thank you. I would also like to say thank you. It's a privilege to be here in Kuala Lumpur. Thank you to Honourable Minister, Secretary General, Captain Izham. This is a step change. The A330neo partnership with Airbus delivers a game changer. It sits right between the sweet spot of economics and efficiency. Compared to the previous generations, Captain Izham, you mentioned the workhorse and the huge success that the A330 Classic with the Trent 700 was, and this takes it to a whole new level. In terms of efficiency per seat mile, we can target together with the airframe, as Anand says, game changer, double-digit movement. The engine alone can give you 12% of what Anand can provide, and that is a massive difference, not just in terms of the economics and the sustainability at the airline level for the customer, but also for what the flying customer the passenger really demands today. They want to know they are able to fly, but they can fly sustainably. And as mentioned as well, one of the true innovations is that these modern engines not only burn less fuel per mile of travel, they can also run on sustainable aviation fuel. I'm very glad to say that the Trent 7000, as you can see here today, can run on 100% SAF. We tested that 200% last year, so we are very confident that when the certification of the aircraft comes and we can get the appropriate supplies, that we will be able to use that to take efficiency and sustainability to the new levels. A few final snippets as well. So in terms of noise levels, you will find your passenger experience is transformed. This engine is 6 decibels less than its previous generation. So not only will a customer fly with a clear conscience on sustainability, they will fly healthily with low noise and low emission carbons.
Thank you, John, for touching base on the improvements from the previous generation. And one more question here. Reliability is of top priority in aviation. And for airlines, improving efficiency often raises the question, and this is, how reliable has the Trent 7000 been in service?
Thank you. So we all know in aviation, our number one priority is safety. Right alongside that is reliability. And I am really proud and privileged to say that the Trent 7000, as certified by Cirium data, is the world's most reliable wide-body engine operating today. So you can rest easy, Captain Izham, that you operate the most reliable wide-body engine in the world. And that is backed up by the dispatch rate of 99.99%. And we're really proud of that. We will continue to work on that. Alongside that reliability, we have made significant investments in the durability of our engine as well. We want it to be reliable, that you know it will operate, and we also want it to be durable in that it will operate on wing for a long time and reduce any operational burden that you may have. So again, that investment that Rolls-Royce has made, in fact, over the 2.5 million flight hours. So this is a new generation engine, but you can rest assured it has the maturity you're after. It has doubled its time on wing through those investments. So we are extremely privileged to provide to you this engine, and we look forward to it on its inaugural flight to Melbourne this evening, but a long and successful in-service operation with Malaysia Airlines.
Thank you very much, John, for sharing your insights on the safety and reliability of the Trent 7000 engine. And now we move on to Mr. Paul Gainey from Avolon. Do you have any words you'd like to share before I dive in with questions?
Well, I don't speak Malay, but like my friends here on the stage, it is an honor to be invited to be a part of this special day for both Malaysia Airlines and for the country.
Thank you. Now, the A330neo marks a key milestone in MAG's growth and a new era for Malaysia's flag carrier. Can you tell us about Avolon's pride in supporting this and your perspective for both MAG's and Malaysia Aviation future?
Yeah, I'd be delighted to. And whereas the role of an aircraft manufacturer or an engine manufacturer may be well understood, the role of aircraft leasing companies isn't quite so obvious. And aircraft leasing companies today now own more than 50% of the world's fleet. Our job is to help our airline partners look to the future with the new technology aircraft that Anand and John have spoken of. Avolon is the owner of the only available new wide-body airplanes in the world between today and the end of 2030. Why did we choose to partner with our aircraft with Malaysia Airlines? There's a couple of reasons for that. First of all, to understand the future, we have to understand the past. And there's decades of history between the leadership, many of whom are here with me today, of Avolon and the Malaysia Airlines leadership. This is an airline with a proud history, and as Captain Izham referenced, also at times a challenging one. But this is a new era for the country, and it's a new era of flight for Malaysia Airlines. And as a country that we believe is positioned to grow economically with forecast growth of 5% plus for the coming years, with significant growing middle class, with new opportunities to reach into the world, we at Avolon wanted to be a part of that story. But what I would be very keen to highlight is that it is the relationship that we had built with Captain Izham, with Brian Fung, with the wider leadership team at Malaysia Airlines, with Sankar and the team that facilitated this very important transaction for both the airline and for Avolon.
Thank you, Paul. And this now brings me to my final question. This is Avolon's largest ever transaction between Avolon, MAG, Rolls-Royce and Airbus. Can you share with us about the story behind the unique partnership and how this landmark transaction came together?
So I could write a book about that. Avolon, this is not just a big day for Malaysia Airlines and for the country. It's a really big day for Avolon. We are now the world's second largest aircraft leasing company. However, this is, as you said, by some distance, the largest transaction that we have ever done. We've got 141 customers around the world, but this is the biggest deal we've ever done. So it's an important day for us, and I want to reflect that and our gratitude for your faith in us as well as our shared faith in you. But this was an old school campaign. In my career in the industry, I've never been involved in one that was similar. I'd read about them and heard about transactions like this in the 1980s and 1990s. But this was three behemoths of the industry coming together on one side of the table. Airbus, Rolls-Royce and Avolon as partners, with three unsuccessful behemoths, as it turned out, on the other side of the table with other manufacturers and other leasing companies. And we were holed up in the training center, and the leadership of Malaysia Airlines was going room to room to squeeze and wring the last few dollars out of us and out of the other guys. And then they'd leave, go to the other guys, and we'd fight amongst ourselves as to who was going to give the last dollar. It was an incredibly hard-fought campaign, one that will not be the most profitable that we did, unfortunately, but the most proud we could be of doing any transaction. And the relationships that were built between the leadership groups that partnered and the leadership group at the airline will last, I think, for the rest of our careers.
Thank you. Let's give him a round of applause for that. Thank you so very much for sharing your inspiring story with all of us here today. And I should also like to thank John as well as Anand. Gentlemen, thank you so much for sharing your insights and your expertise with all of our guests. And with that, this discussion is now concluded. Let's give them another big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very much. You may now return to your seats. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you found that discussion fruitful and you were able to take away some key points. Now, coming up in a moment, we will have the highlight of our event, and that is the official launch of the A330neo. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for us to hear from none other than our guest of honor. Please put your hands together and join me in welcoming the Minister of Transport Malaysia, Yang Berhormat Tuan Loke Siew Fook.
Terima kasih kepada saudari pengacara majlis yang berbahagia, Datuk Jana Santiran, Ketua Setiausaha Kementerian Pengangkutan Malaysia, berbahagia Datuk Amirul Faisal Wan Zahir, Managing Director, Khazanah Nasional Berhad. Yang berbahagia Datuk Captain Izham Ismail, Group Managing Director, Malaysia Aviation Group. Anand, John, and Paul. His Excellency Ambassador, ladies and gentlemen, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, salam sejahtera, selamat pagi dan salam Malaysia Madani. First of all, I would like to thank Malaysia Aviation Group for inviting me for this momentous occasion. Today we mark an important milestone, not only for Malaysia Aviation Group, but for the nation as a whole. The launch of MAG's first Airbus A330neo is not simply the introduction of a new aircraft. It is the culmination of resilience, determination, and belief in the power of progress. As this aircraft prepares to embark on its inaugural flight to Melbourne this evening, it carries with it a renewed sense of pride and optimism for the future of Malaysia aviation. This journey has not been without its challenges. We must acknowledge that the road to this moment has been longer than we initially hoped. I was supposed to fly to Toulouse in October and fly back with this aircraft, but that, of course, was delayed, and I couldn't make it for this particular flight coming back. The A330neo's arrival was delayed several times, a rarity faced by many in the aviation sector due to the complexities of modern supply chains, manufacturing constraints, and the aftermath of a global pandemic that disrupted industries worldwide. MAG, alongside its partners at Airbus, navigated these challenges with determination. Every obstacle was met with a renewed focus on ensuring that when the aircraft did arrive, it will represent the highest standards of safety, efficiency, and innovation. These delays were not setbacks, they were lessons. They reminded us that greatness often requires perseverance, and that challenges, when met with determination, can be transformed into opportunities. Today, as we celebrate this launch, let us recognize not just the arrival of the state-of-the-art aircraft, but a story behind it, a story of overcoming obstacles, embracing innovation, and emerging stronger than ever. The A330neo is a state-of-the-art aircraft designed with efficiency and sustainability at its core. It consumes 11% less fuel and emits significantly fewer carbon emissions compared to its predecessor, which has served Malaysia Airlines since 2011. These advancements are critical in an era where environmental sustainability is no longer optional but essential. The aircraft is powered by Rolls-Royce Trent 7000 engines, renowned for their reliability and fuel efficiency. Its advanced aerodynamics and materials ensure not only lower operating costs, but also an enhanced flying experience for passengers. Features such as quieter cabins and improved ambience reflects MAG's commitment to customer satisfaction. This launch marks MAG as the 20th global operator of the A330neo, with plans to introduce a total of 20 of these aircraft into its fleet by 2028. So Anand, I hope that the first one was delayed, but the subsequent one, you can deliver on time. I have to come back with the second aircraft. This is not just fleet modernization. It is a strategic decision to future-proof Malaysia Airlines for the demands of a competitive and sustainability-driven aviation market. And the impact goes beyond the aircraft itself. The A330neo represents an important partnership between Malaysia and Airbus, a collaboration that has grown over decades. Malaysia is now the largest supplier of components to Airbus in Southeast Asia, with parts made here including engine fan casings, avionics, and metallic wing components, featuring on Airbus aircraft worldwide. This is a testament to the capabilities of our homegrown aerospace sector, which has become an integral part of the global supply chain. It reflects the skill and dedication of Malaysian engineers, technicians, and innovators who have ensured that made in Malaysia is a mark of excellence in the aviation industry. But this achievement is part of a larger vision. We hope that one day it's not only made in Malaysia, but made by Malaysians. That is our vision that we hope that we can achieve in the aviation sector. MAG's efforts align closely with the Malaysian Aviation Decarbonization Blueprint, a framework guiding our industry towards greener skies. And sustainability is no longer a secondary concern, it is the future of aviation. By adopting sustainable aviation fuel and introducing fuel-efficient aircraft like the A330neo, MAG is playing a pivotal role in reducing our carbon footprint and building a sustainable ecosystem for future generations. The government remains steadfast in its commitment to supporting this vision. We recognize that aviation is not just a mode of transport, it is an enabler of connectivity, economic growth, and innovation. As a nation, we are committed to ensuring that Malaysia remains a global aviation hub, one that balances growth with environmental stewardship. Ladies and gentlemen, milestones like this remind us of the power of perseverance. The journey to this moment has been long and at times challenging. But as the A330neo takes flight tonight, let us remember what this aircraft represents. It is not merely a machine, but a symbol of resilience, innovation, and progress. It reflects MAG's determination to lead in a competitive industry, our nation's commitment to sustainability, and the extraordinary potential of Malaysian talent. As we look to the future, let us embrace the lessons learned from this journey. Challenges may delay us, but they cannot deter us. Together, we will continue to push boundaries, set new benchmarks, and ensure that Malaysia remains a leader in the skies. In fact, today is a very important milestone and the start of a journey of modernization for MAG. And I hope that this journey will start off with very strong determination, and with this additional fleet to MAG, the hope and the expectation of the government, in particularly the Ministry of Transport, to Captain Izham and your entire team in MAG, is the first that we have to look at major improvement and major addition to our network. We want to fly to more destinations throughout the world. That is our expectation to MAG. This is not in the text. This is the expectation of the Minister of Transport to MAG. So I think all of us here hope so as well, right? I'm sure all Malaysians will hope to see our national carrier, our Malaysia Airlines, fly to all major airports in the world one day. Right now, I know we are out of Europe entirely. London is not considered part of Europe, right? So we hope that very soon we can fly back to Europe. I think that's the plan next year. I hope that it can be realized very soon. And this is part of the larger vision of the country. We want to have better connectivity. We want to improve our presence in the world. We want to improve our tourism sector. We want to get more tourists around the world to Malaysia and to do business with the rest of the world. And of course, it is also important for KLIA to become a global aviation hub. And Malaysia Airlines Group, MAG, plays an important role, and in fact, the most important role to make KLIA as the most important hub for our country. And secondly, our expectation for MAG with this modernization and improvement in terms of your fleet is that you have to improve tremendously your on-time performance. But I have to acknowledge that under the stewardship of Captain Izham, MAG, and particularly Malaysia Airlines, and perhaps Maswing, has improved in terms of your on-time performance over the past 2 months, especially on domestic flights. But I must say that still a lot of room for improvement, and Firefly has to really buck up. So sorry, I mean, sometimes I speak very directly. I think this is important. Let's call a spade a spade. There are ways and there are things that we need to improve. There are challenges that we have to overcome. There are weaknesses that we have to admit. And let's do it together. Because what we want is that we want Malaysia Airlines to be the choice of Malaysians and to be the most important and a national airline which we are proud of. And we all want to see Malaysia Airlines succeeds. That is the hope of all Malaysians, and in particularly in the government, and especially Ministry of Transport. And we hope, and we always believe that Malaysia Airlines can serve, can provide the best services, the best cabin services to our passengers. And we are always very, very proud of our cabin crew. This is the Malaysian hospitality that we are proud of. And we want Malaysia Airlines to be the best airlines, if not only in this region, but throughout the world. With that, it is my great honor to officially launch Malaysia Aviation Group first Airbus A330neo. Terima kasih, salam Malaysia Madani.
Thank you very much, Yang Berhormat Tuan Loke, for sharing your uplifting speech with all of us. And now, the Honourable Minister, we'd now like to invite you to the ribbon cutting ceremony, which will take place over on the right-hand side, just below the passenger steps. To accompany Yang Berhormat, we'd also like to welcome Yang Berbahagia Dato' Jana Santiran, Dato' Amirul Faizal Wan Zahir, and Datuk Captain Izham Ismail. That's right, so members of the media, photographers and videographers, get ready. This is the moment that we have all been waiting for. To our VIPs, on my countdown, please proceed to cut the ribbons. And ladies and gentlemen in the audience, we'd love for you to join us in this countdown. Here we go, in 3, 2, and 1. And a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. The ribbon has been cut. And a mighty congratulations to Malaysia Aviation Group on the launch of the A330neo here in Malaysia. Big smiles for the cameras. I would like to invite our partners, Mr. John, Paul and Anand, to join our VIPs in this photograph. Congratulations once again to Malaysia Aviation Group. Wonderful smiles. And we have captured this moment in time. Congratulations once again. I would now like to invite our VIPs to please return to your seats as we shall now continue with the program. And congratulations once again. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we certainly do have more excitement in store, but for now, we'd like for you to please draw your attention towards the screens as we present a special video showcase that captures the journey that has brought MAG's first A330neo home to Malaysia. Enjoy.
There are a bit of challenge to being, of course, this is a big project and there are a lot of people that depending on this aircraft to bring it, our branding to a new level. Internally, we call this project is our new glory.
I mean, the challenges that we have when we are taking the aircraft from definition to right the final assembly line, a lot of coordination need to be done, and the biofurnished equipment that being chosen is done by us.
For any project or program at this scale, there's no one person that does all the work. It is entirely a team effort and a team work. It's all done by an entire amazing team.
What is special with November Golf is that we are bringing this aircraft home with ETOPS approval. On top of the normal certificate of registration, certificate of airworthiness that we want to bring to this aircraft, we also would like to validate this aircraft instantly with the authorities' approval for ETOPS operation.
During delivery, we have to satisfy the authority to issue the certificate of registrations and to issue the certificate of airworthiness.
We have to make sure this aircraft fits in terms of airworthiness, in terms of technicality, and ready to serve its first commercial flight whenever arrive at crew.
When you first come in, you feel like, wow, okay, so this is the A330neo Malaysia Airlines.
This is the first aircraft that you have your own space in business class, and we bring comfort in economy class.
First thing, when you, especially at door 2, you can see there is a songket pattern on the ceiling, so it's like, wow, you're coming in, there's an identity for Malaysia Airlines.
When we departed from Toulouse, it was a really tight timeline because we were doing everything in the same day. The technical acceptance, the transfer of the title, and also pre-flight of the aircraft before we are departing for Kuala Lumpur.
We had Sukhoi from RMAF escorting us all the way from 6,000 feet, and we did an fly pass over runway 32 left, and she escorted us all the way until we landed safely.
It felt like a normal flight because it's a routine for me, but when we approached into Kuala Lumpur, coming down, and we saw the plane spotters and the crowd, that's the moment where it really hit me. Yeah. And I was, wow, this is really a momentous moment for Malaysia Airlines.
I started off my career with someone who manufactured just a single piece of Airbus panel. So to be at this moment, to bring a whole aircraft to national carrier is such a big highlight to my life and also my career. I would like to thank everyone from day one, from board of directors, senior leadership of Malaysia Airlines, middle management, our PMO office, all the working level, my engineers as well as flight operation. Everyone from top to bottom in Malaysia Airlines, and I also would like to have a warm appreciation to our Civil Authority Aviation of Malaysia, Airbus, also Avolon and all OEM that make it happen. So everyone contribute toward the success of this story and historical event.
Many congratulations and thank you so very much, Ella, for sharing your talent and entertaining us here today. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Standing in the Eyes of the World. And now we come to another exciting moment. We'd like to invite our VIPs for an exclusive cabin visit. We'd like to welcome our guest of honor, Yang Berhormat Tuan Loke Siew Fook, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Jana Santiran, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Amirul Faizal Wan Zahir, Yang berbahagia Datuk Captain Izham Ismail, Yang berbahagia Datuk Wira Roslan Tan Sri Abdul Rahman, accompanied by our partners. And to the members of the media and the rest of our guests, do stay with us here. We have more in store. Ella will be taking the stage again to perform for you, to entertain for you. She is Malaysia's rock queen. And later on, our members of the media and our guests will also get a chance to visit the cabin. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together once again as we welcome back Ella.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. And this is for you. If you still remember this one, please sing with me. Boleh ya?
Apabila hujan mengundang suasana bahagia dalam hidup yang seindah, mimpi yang tidak pernah melukakan perasaan. Tapi kini bila dewasa, aku mulai sadar betapa mimpi adalah suatu permainan. Jiwa insan, oh dalam kesepian. Oh, jika kita bisa beautiful sir.
kasih. Anyway, selamat pagi. Masih pagi? I think so. I think semua dah had your breakfast kan? First of all, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for having me here. Dan saya hanya mendoakan anda terhibur. Just enjoy the show. And this one, for you and for me, and for all of us. Terimalah gemilang. Kita nyanyi bersama-sama ya. Terjaga dari tiduran lenang, melangkah malas menuju jendela, kabus menyelubungi subuh, mengimbas segala kenangan yang lalu. Lautan luas telah kuremai, segala onak jangan berduri, tak kenal tak ku peduli. Aku terus mencuba kecapi hingga kini. Let me hear you, come on. very much.
Thank you so very much, Ella. Big round of applause once again, ladies and gentlemen, for Malaysia's Queen of Rock, Ella, entertaining us and sharing her soulful voice and her wonderful music with all of us here today. We certainly hope that you enjoyed that. Our VVIPs are now making their way down the steps. I'd like to invite our VVIPs to please step across right here, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, we would like to share our gratitude to the Honourable Minister of Transport for joining us here today. And so we will do this in a presentation of a memento. We would like to invite Datuk Captain Izham Ismail to present a token of appreciation to Yang Berhormat Tuan Loke Siew Fook, a symbol of our gratitude for gracing today's ceremony as we launch MAG's first Airbus A330neo aircraft here in Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a final round of applause for today. Congratulations and thank you so very much to our VVIPs. Ladies and gentlemen, to all of our guests, to all of our media friends, thank you once again for joining us here today. Now to the members of the media, the excitement has now come. We will be inviting you for the exclusive cabin tour. To our media friends, you may proceed to make your way towards the aircraft. To the rest of our guests, you will also get a chance to visit the aircraft in a moment's time. But for now, we invite you to please help yourself towards refreshments that will be on your right-hand side. Thank you all so very much. Help yourselves to refreshments, and then later on, you may also proceed towards the A330neo to have a look at its interior. And with that, thank you so very much. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon with us. Bon appetit. Bila bergema